All right, here we go. Day 4.4. We are still going to graph. All right, we are still going to graph. Our x-axis is going to be a little different. And now I'm going to throw in new maxes, new mins, and new midlines at you. So I am not teaching anything new today. All I'm going to do is put the last couple days all into one day now. I am not teaching anything new. The directions do not ask for this, but every problem, because we didn't do so hot on the quiz, I want to know what your A, your B, and your C value are before we start anything. All right, from the equation, what's my A, my B, and my C value? All right, so we get more practice at this. All right, let's do this. So 5 cosine 1/2 x, what's the A value? Also known as the amplitude. Here we go, Bassett, start us off. What's the amplitude, my A value? 5, done. Again, why do we need that? Because when we graph, we know it's going to go up to 5 and down to -5. That's what the A, the amplitude, stands for. What is the B value? The B value in this equation. Here you go, 6. Mason, what's my B value?
1/2.
1/2. And B is frequency. That's all it is. That's all you got to remember. The B value is called the frequency. 1/2. C value. A little tricky here, though, but C value. Here we go. Will, do you see any plus or minus at the end?
No.
No. There is no C value, everyone. It's 0. Which tells me, when I ask you guys to graph this in a couple minutes, if somebody mentions the word midline to me, they better be at 0. Whenever you say midline, that's your C value. That's where you should be graphing. Midline and the C value. All right, next up, period. Now this asks me to find period. Formula for period. Here you go, Dan, formula for period.
2 pi over b.
2 pi over b. What did we just say the b value was? Keep going with me here, Dan. You're going full scale here. What was the b value?
Oh, b value is 1/2.
1/2. Can't leave it like this, Dan. Keep 2 pi. Change the division to what?
It's a 2 pi times 2 over 1.
Yep, there you go. So what's going to be the period, Dan?
4 pi.
4 pi. 4 pi is the period, which tells me my graph should end at 4 pi. I don't know what comes before it, but it should end at 4 pi. All right, key values now. I got to figure out, because 1, 2, 3, remember, I got these tick marks on here. If you guys want to set that up now, go ahead. I got to figure out what's going to be at those tick marks. So I'll give you guys a chance, set that up. All right, I at least know it's got to end at 4 pi. That's the period. That's where the curve ends. It's got to end at 4 pi. What comes before it, I figure out by determining what my key values are. Key values. Need help doing that? So here we go. Here we go, Dan, going back to you. What was the period again?
The period was 4 pi.
And you remember what I cut it up evenly into? Divided by what for key values?
Divided by 4.
4. What do you got for me? 4 pi divided by 4?
Just pi.
Just pi. So that means every tick mark you keep adding pi. Every tick mark you add on a pi. Next up, Sophia, here you go. So I'm going to start at pi, Sophia, because that's what my key value. Add another pi, Sophia. Where are we at?
2 pi.
Good job. Add another pi. Where are we at?
3 pi.
Yep. Add another pi. Where are you at?
4 pi.
And that's where we should have ended. Nice job on Friday, by the way, Sophia. Nice job. All right, so everybody good there on the x-axis. Y-axis. What numbers should I have on my y-axis? Look at the A value. What's this going to go up and down to? Here we go, Hunter. What's this going to go up and down to?
to 5 and down to -5?
Yes, it will. Good job, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Haven't even graphed a point yet. This is what's needed before I even start graphing any points on my curve. Questions on how I got the x-axis the way it is or the y-axis? All right, somebody's going to tell me something about cosine now. Tell me something about cosine. Deep, here we go. Eliana, where's cosine usually start?
That's the maximum.
Max, which is 5. Keep talking. Where's it going to go?
It goes to the midline.
Good. Again, guys, midline equals your C value. Midline equals your C value. It's the shift. So in our case, there was none, so 0. Keep trucking, Eliana.
And then it goes to the minimum.
Minimum, which we know is -5 from our A value. Keep going.
Then back up to the midline.
Yep. Anytime I hear midline, I think C value. And then at the end,
It ends at the maximum.
yes, it does. There it is. You don't have to worry about any shift here. Just up to 5, down to -5. Basic here. Basic, basic, basic. Any questions there? Please ask, guys. Please, please. Because I'll tell you what, if you have a question, chances are 2 to 5 people in class have that same question. So someone's got to ask it. And if somebody wants to laugh at your question, I'll just throat punch them. Don't worry. Right through the screen. 3D.
I'm a little confused with the key value, like how we got 4 pi.
Okay, 4 pi was our period.
Oh, yeah.
Define whatever my key values are, what I go by on the x-axis. I take the period, which is how long it takes to make the full curve, and I divide it up into 4s because I always have 4 tick marks on my graph.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, and you good on how I went from pi to 2 pi? 2 pi to 3 pi, we're okay there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because sometimes that's difficult to go from one to the other. Anybody else? Good questions, Ella. Anybody else? All right, another one. Now I put a negative in front. Now we're going to put the negative in front. Same thing. I don't care that it doesn't ask. We need practice. What's the A value? What's the B value? What's the C value? I don't care that it didn't ask me to find that in the directions. I want to find it. So we're good here. Woo, A value. Here we go. What's my A value? 11. Liz, what's your A value?
2.
2. Good. Because remember, A value is amplitude. Amplitude can never be negative. That's why Liz didn't put -2. A is amplitude. That tells us how high and how low the graph is going to go. All good, everyone. B value, called the frequency. Colin, B value, frequency.
Pi over 4.
Yep, everyone see where we're getting this? Right from the equation. We're not doing anything tricky. Pi over 4, frequency, B value. C value. Mason, anything out in front there?
No.
No. So the C value is 0. There is no shift. Midline is at 0 for this problem. Midline at 0, no shift. So I don't have to worry about a different max or a min other than 2 and -2. Period. Here we go. Period. Whole thing for me. Stay on for the whole time. Here you go. Eliana, period formula first. Eliana, period formula.
It's 2 pi over b.
Yep. What did we find the B value was?
Pi over 4.
Good. So 2 pi divided by pi over 4. I keep the 2 pi and do what?
You can flip the pi over 4 so then it's 4 pi.
Got it? What crosses out?
Both of the pi's.
Good job. And what's the period here?
8.
Good job. So the period is 8. That's where my curve will end. That's where my curve will end at 8. I'll let you guys get your arrows set up for me, your axes. Okay. I know it's got to end at 8. So if you want already, you know that last marking is going to be an 8. Key values. Got to know what I'm going to go by here. I know it'll end at 8, but that doesn't really tell me anything yet. Boom. Here you go. Will, what's my period here?
I've been trying to print off the page, but hold on. Well, 8.
8. And to find a key value, Will, you have to take the period and divide it up into how many equal parts?
8.
Well, period's 8. But I'm dividing it up into how many equal parts?
4.
4. Yep. So that means every tick mark, I'm going to go up by what, Will? 8 over 4?
2.
2. Yep. So ready? So I start with 2. What's the next one going to be?
4.
4, then
6.
6, then
8.
8. And that's where I should have ended it at. What about your y-axis now? Somebody, what about my y-axis? Here you go. Dan, what's my y-axis going to go up and down to?
Your y-axis is gonna go up to 2.
Yep, up to 2. I'll space this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And where's it going to go down to?
-2.
Yep. Again, you don't have to do this, guys. If you just want to go by ones, that's fine. All right, here you go, guys. Tell me something about the sine curve now. Somebody's going to put the points on now. Tell me something about the sine curve. Here we go. Caroline, ready to go?
Yep.
All right.
Start at 0.
Sorry. Well, I don't like you saying 0. I like you to use the vocabulary term, which is what?
Okay. The midline.
Midline, which is our C value. So it starts at the midline, C value. Go ahead.
Go up to 2.
Easy. Usually, yes, Caroline, it goes to its max. But what did I throw in on this one?
Oh, a -0, the minimum.
Good. So yes, it would go up to the max, but it's going to the minimum now. Everyone okay there? Sign usually goes to the max at this point, but I got to flip it because there's a negative sign there. Caroline, go.
Back to the midline.
Yep.
And then up to the max.
Yep. Because I'm flipping the minimum over. And then where's every sine curve end?
The midline.
Yep. Good job. On you guys now. Questions here. Questions. Get everything set up. Do not plot a point until you have your X and your Y axis set up. Questions here. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a C value at you now. There'll be a shift now, which means a different midline than 0. And I'm just going to change it up altogether. I don't know if you're going to like it or not, but it's not, don't care. Everyone all good though? All right, here you go. I'm going to try something different now. We're still going to find our A, B, C, everything, and then we're going to go to a class whiteboard that we're all going to work on at the same time. It's going to be a good time. Okay, here we go. A, B, C. Based on that equation, A, B, and C value. Give me all 3 now, please. Give me all 3. We're at this point. Colin, all 3. A value.
2.
2, yep. Amplitude, 2. B value.
2.
2. Frequency, called the B value. And what about the C value now?
-1.
-1. Down 1 if I asked for the vertical shift. Down 1. Again, that's your new midline, everyone. If the word midline comes in your mind or out of your mouth, you're going to -1 now. Not 0, you're going to -1. All right, somebody's helping me with the period now. Dan, back to you. Period formula.
2 pi over b.
What's the b value in this equation?
2.
2. Period's going to be what then?
The period's gonna be 4 pi.
No, just 2 pi over 2. There's no flipping here.
Oh,
There's no reason to flip. Just 2 pi over 2 is what?
it's pi.
Just pi. Reduces down to pi. Get your graph set up. So we can do key values. All right, key values now. This is what I was just talking to Ella about. Sometimes it gets tough. It's just not as easy as going by 2s or adding pi every time. Sometimes the key values can get a little tricky. All right. Here you go, Hunter. How do I find those key values? Take my what first?
You put the period
Yep. And divide it by what?
4.
4. Yep. So that's it, guys. I'm going to go by pi over 4 every time. So I'm going to start at pi over 4. I'm going to add another pi over 4. Add another pi over 4. All right, here's where I'm going to change things up on you guys. I am going to, in the chat right now, all right, in the chat, I am going to put a link to a class whiteboard that we can all use at the same time. And somebody's going to label this x-axis here for me. All right, so let me share that with you. I want to just make sure we can all do this. So let's copy the link.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Caroline. I'm listening while I do this.
Okay. I'm scared you already said it, but I don't think you did.
I don't care if I did or not. Go.
Okay, so the min and the maximum, do you
I-
have to subtract 1?
Well, we haven't been there yet. I'm not there yet. So you're still on pace. I haven't been there. I purposely haven't asked that yet. I'm just doing x-axis now, Caroline. All right? I'm just doing the key values now. So everyone in the chat, I put a link to the whiteboard we should all be at. Okay, over on the left-hand side are the pens. All right, you guys can choose what color you want. If you want a different thickness, you can choose the thickness. And then right below that, if you make a mistake, is the eraser. And that's really all you need. All right, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to call on somebody. And whoa. We're not ready. Whoa, we're not ready. Yeah, there you go. We're not ready. Somebody's going to do that in a second. When I call on you, you're going to label the x-axis for me. Okay, starting with pi over 4. So everybody good? Hopefully you're at our whiteboard right now. Here we go. Liz, grab a pen there. Grab a pen on our whiteboard. First one's going to be pi over 4, Liz. So go ahead, pi over 4 on that first tick mark. All right, here's where it may get difficult. Now I have to add another pi over 4. So if I have pi over 4 plus another one, Liz, what do you think that second tick mark's going to be?
Pi over 8.
Oh, close. Don't add the denominators. Now remember, we don't add denominators. We just add the numerators when I have adding fractions. So it's going to be what over 4?
2 pi.
Yep, go ahead. 2 pi over 4. And if you guys want to reduce that, you can, but I just leave it for me. I don't care. All right, so I got 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4. What's the next one going to be, Liz? Good. 3 pi over 4, and then the final one? Good. And if you guys, thank you, Liz. Great job. And if you guys reduce 4 pi over 4, it's going to come out to be pi, which was our period. That's where it should end it. All right, so nice job by Liz. All right, now I'm going to need help. What about the y-axis now? And this is what Caroline was getting into, because it does not go to 2 to -2 on this one. You have a shift. You have a C value. It does not go to 2 to -2. It did, but then what was the shift here? You would think I have all you guys memorized here. Hunter, what's the shift?
Goes down 1.
Yep, so down 1, down 1. So what's my my new min and my max here, Hunter?
The max is 1.
Yep.
And the min is -3.
There you go. So I need on the y-axis right now, I need -3 and 1. And you should also have the midline. So minimum, max, and midline should all go on your y-axis right now. Minimum, max, and your midline, all on your y-axis. Because your midline is not 0 anymore. So I'll do that for you guys here. So what was our 1, -3, and -1 I need on there? Okay, I got it. So 1, -1, and 1, 2, 3, -3 need to be on there. Got it. All right, your turn now. All right, somebody's going to graph this sine curve here for us. Right on our class whiteboard, a little something different. Change of pace, you know what I'm saying, kids? Shoom, there it is. Colin, you're up, boss. Let me get back there. There it is. Okay, here you go, Colin. Tell me something. Sine starts where?
Midline.
Midline, which is now what for us? Not 0.
-1.
All right, so get there. -1, we're going to start it out with. Make your little dot there.
I don't have a pen, so it's hard.
What are you doing, your finger?
Yeah.
All right, you got to do what you got to do, boss. All right, sine starts at the midline, then goes where?
To the max.
All right, you're going to tell me something now. You're correct, but look at the equation.
Oh, it's negative, so I gotta go to the minimum.
Yep, so now go to the min.
Shoot.
Oh, I'm going to get a good one, a laugh out of this one. All right, now where?
Back to the midline.
Yep, go ahead. I was asking you to do points, not tornadoes, but we'll keep going. What's next?
To the max.
Yep. Oh, we had a little tsunami right there. Yeah, buddy. And then how are we ending it?
Back to the midline.
All right. And I'm going to ask it just because I want to see it. Go ahead and make that curve for me, Colin. I think everyone else wants to see this too. That's actually not too bad. Nice job. There you go. How about that, guys? Colin, everybody. Good job. Questions on the curve? Anything? We got one more to do. So hopefully we'll be able to hear from a couple other people. All right, go to the last one. Now it's just a cosine curve. Look at this. Cosine curve, it's got a shift and a negative out in front. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes, sir. Here we go. Amplitude, frequency, shift. Amplitude, frequency, shift. Give me all three, please. Go ahead. Last time today, Liz. Last time. Amplitude, frequency, and shift. What do you got for me?
2
Yep.
over 8.
Yep.
3.
Good job. 3. So again, midline. Anytime people say midline, it's going to equal 3. Caroline, period. Formula first.
2 pi over 8.
B, yep.
Yeah, with the B. 2 pi over 8. And then key change flip. 2 pi over 1 times 8 over pi. Cross off the pi, you get 16.
Look at you. Wow.
Yup.
Don't start. All right, everyone set up your X and Y axes. You know the last tick mark's got to be 16. All right, help me find the key values. Colin, last one for you here. Help me find where the key value should be.
You put 16 over 4.
Yep, so I'm going to go by what here on the x-axis?
4s.
4s, good job. We're going by 4s, so here you go. Let's go back. I think you guys just got to go to slide 2 for me, so just hit the right button. Go to slide 2. Go ahead, set it up on yours. Go ahead and set it up on yours. And then I'm going to ask somebody to set up our x-axis on our whiteboard. Whoa, are you kidding me? Oh boy, this is not going to be pretty for somebody. Just deleted the screen. That's how we're doing this?
Correct set background. It should change it, I think.
No, it won't. Not the background I had. I can't get it back. Oh, you son of a gun. This is what happens when you start playing around and try to get crazy here. All right, I guess we're just going to have to leave this. Now I'm getting rattled. I'm sorry. Okay, somebody set up the x-axis for me. Eliana, go ahead. You're up. Set up that x-axis for me. Grab a pen. You know the first one's got to be 4 because that was our key value. What are you doing? Going right to left? Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on, get back on track.
Is it in radians? Or is it just...
No, it is. It's 4 radians. That's all it is. It just doesn't. It doesn't have a pi sometimes. So the first tick mark should be 4, which means 4 radians.
Okay.
Okay. First one's 4, and that means you go by 4s now. No pi. No pi. Just 4. We didn't have a pi in there. Just 4. So now start going by 4s on the x-axis because our key value is every 4. There you go. 8, 12, and 16. Again, that's great. It ended at 16 because that was our period. It should always end at the period. All right, y values now, guys. Y values. Max and min, so we can finally finish this thing. It was -2 to 2. But anytime I have a C value, that's going to change. What was our shift again? Kian, what was our shift?
Up 3.
3.
Up 3. So each of these maxes and mins are going to go up 3. What are the new maxes and mins?
1 and 5.
1 and 5. So you got to have 1 on there. You got to have 5 and also the midline. Max, min, midline. Max, min, and midline. So I'll put that on there for you. All right. So let's see. 1 has to go on there. I have the worst memory. It's called 135. Still very bitter for whoever deleted this. Very bitter. All right, let's graph it now. Cosine. We're graphing a cosine curve. I think we deleted it. Yep, cosine curve. Ella, here we go. You ready, Ella?
Yeah,
Do you have a stylus, or is this going to be finger style as well?
I have a stylus.
There we go. All right, so here we go. Talk to us, Ella. Where's the cosine curve start?
Starting at the maximum.
But you're going to look at the equation too, right? And tell me what.
Yeah, because it's negative, we're starting at the minimum.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
And then where does it usually go?
And then we go to the minimum. The midline,
Which is what?
which is 3.
Yep. Anytime you guys say midline, that's your C, your shift. Go ahead.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we go to the maximum, which
Yep.
is 5.
Yep. Flip the minimum, get to the max.
And then we go back to the midline,
Yep. Always our shift, our C value.
and then to the minimum.
Yep. Good job. Now it's just the curve.
That's good.
Was there an earthquake that just hit Del Mar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Just asking. Just asking. Hey, everyone gets a piece, Ella. Everyone gets a piece. Nice job. All right, nice job. Okay, everybody all right? Before we leave each other here, I'm just going to give you forewarning. Tomorrow's assignment, I am posting no answers. It will be graded on a right or wrong basis. All right, I am not going to answer any questions. I'm not going to post any answers on Classroom tomorrow. Be prepared. Every graph will be corrected as far as it being right and wrong. So be prepared for that tomorrow. Okay, that's all I got for you. Again, guys, if you need something for me, reach out, please. Reach out. All right, good seeing everyone. See you tomorrow for the assignment.
Have a good one. Thank you.
See ya. Hi, Hunter. Hold on, I can't hear a thing you're saying because I'm all muted up. All right, I'm listening. What?
I applied to Alfred a couple days ago.
Okay, did you put it on Naviance?
Yeah, I was gonna send it right now.
Okay.
I texted my coach saying I needed to send in my recommendations, and then I'd be good.
Okay.
So,
Wait, was that okay? So what was that? Was that originally on Naviance or no?
no, I just he sent me a link to apply.
Okay.
He asked me to apply there and move on with recruitment. So
Okay. So once it's on did you put it on Naviance yet?
I was going to next period.
Okay. So by the end, I'll make sure I send my recommendations there too.
All right.
Okay. And if he needs to reach out to me, just give him my contact info. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Hunter. That's it, man. Great. You just can't do
Where
the squat.
do you sit in the back?
Right there. I'm like, okay, we're doing this.
So you came in, did you have his mask on? Yeah. And did you put yours on?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not putting mine on
The
tomorrow.
whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Sweating like crazy.
I'm gonna tell him, move in the back.
Sweating like crazy. I didn't know if you left a little out on the hallway, you know? All right, let's get rolling. Not the way I thought we'd be doing this today, obviously. Thought I'd see some of you in front of me right now, but out of our control. All right, out of our control. What I will say is this, though, before I get into any math discussion here. I can see very clearly in this class that we are starting to get, how should I put the term, remote learning fatigue. All right, for some of us that are used to the hybrid, all right, we're getting some remote learning fatigue. I can tell that, one, by your quiz performances, and two, by the effort you're putting into homework, some of you. So let's make sure we're all clear on one thing as we go forward. We have no control over remote versus if we're in school or not. You do have control, though, to reach out to me and tell me there's a concern. All right. If you are struggling with this, you are experiencing fatigue. I can't get this assignment done because this is going on at home. I wasn't able to finish it because of this. And they're legitimate excuses, not because I was lazy. All right. You got legitimate excuses. You got to let me know. Okay. This has got to be a two-way street. Reach out to me. We'll figure out a plan. Because I can see it in a lot of you. You're getting fatigued, and I don't like the way it's going right now. Because I don't know how we're going to get it back up on the upswing. Second thing is 2:15 to 3. That's usually when I offer extra help. If you can't get to a 2:15 to 3 for whatever reason, you just need a break. I've been staring at my screen all day and I need a break. I get it. Reach out to me. Let's find another time so I can help you out. All right. I don't want it to be an excuse that you can't get extra help because you can't come from 2:15 to 3. Reach out to me. We'll find a different time. Pretty flexible with that. All right. And the final thing. I don't know why this is occurring, but it's occurring with a lot of you that are making me nervous. Why is it that we're having a trend in this class that I don't need to do the last question on the homework every night? Oh, no. We're not pulling that anymore, some of it. All right, I don't know where that comes from, that we're not just doing the last problem on the homework. Do you know maximum how many problems I've assigned max this entire year? 10. 10, that's it. I don't go above 10. All right, that's my limit. So it's either 10 or less. So I think we can get that last question done. If you can't get it done, it's probably because you're lazy. It has nothing to do with being home, learning remotely. So that ends right now. That is driving me insane that we can't do the last problem. Or, here's the other thing, and most of you guys are pretty good about this, but we're starting to have some people with the cameras off, and I'm noticing on your homework, you don't even have the work written down for the problems I went over. Oh, I wonder why. Probably because you weren't there. That's why your camera's off. All right, that's ending too. All right, not in an honors level class. There's some things I tolerate, like the fatigue, I understand, but some things I won't tolerate, like not doing the last question or not writing down the work while I go over a question in class. That ends. Any comments, concerns? I just wanted to throw that out there before we started. All right. Okay, here we go. Speaking of the homework, we had a couple proofs to do that, indirect proofs to do over the weekend. Genuine questions because you got stuck. Not because I just haven't done it and I want you to talk for 5 minutes so I can do it. That's not how this goes, this question and answer session. So,
Could you do number 2?
Okay, where did we get? You got to tell me where we got stuck, because I'm not doing it from scratch.
I got to the 4th step. I was trying to figure out.
Well, before you get there, let me hear your steps before step number 4, so I know we're going in the right track.
So I did the givens, then I did BC bisects AC for my assumption, and then I did AB and BC for the median thing, the definition of median.
Okay, okay. Whoa. Am I on the wrong one? You said number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong one. Let me get on the correct one. Okay, so you said AB equals BC, definition of a median. Okay? Look at your 2. Go ahead.
And then I did DB is equal to DB is reflexive, and I just got stuck there.
Look at your 2 givens. Which one are you trying to contradict?
Angle 1 and angle 2.
And the only way you're going to get angle 1 and angle 2 equal is if you prove the triangle's equal.
Okay.
You already have AB congruent to BC. You already have reflexive DB. And the other given says that AD equals DC. So what method are those 2 triangles now congruent?
Side. I just realized I forgot the other given.
Yep. You got to remember, not only your assumption can be used, but any givens can be used too. Other questions that you need to go over.
Could we use congruent sides are across from congruent angles for SAS?
Side, yes, you could. Yep. That's another method. Use SAS. Good work. Other questions? We get stuck anywhere else? We're all good? All right. We got a minute here to about submit it. And again, this is another thing you guys are, and I hate to pick on period 6 alone, but this is where the most issues are coming from. Things due at 2 o'clock. All right, homework's due at 2 o'clock. I'm not pushing it at all. I told you guys a couple months ago, hey, it's only because of fairness. I'm sorry if you forgot. I'm sorry if it's in another folder. It's due by 2 o'clock. All right, and I'm holding to that. So if you want to submit it, go ahead right now.